Hi everybody, I'm Via,
And I'm Seda.
and today we are talking about the Greek god and goddess Hades and Persephone. So she's going to be talking about Persephone, and she's actually going to be the one that tells how Persephone and Hades got married and, the circumstances behind that. And then I'm going to be telling you about, the basics of Hades, and
There's not much else to
there's
it.
not much else to it. This is our fourth video or installment of the Gods and Goddesses series that we're doing.
Obviously we're a little late this week, but we didn't feel much like filming after having our live stream the other night.
Yeah.
So.
And I might not be able to get the mythical creatures video up until tomorrow or maybe Monday, so I apologize for that. I know it's supposed to be our Saturday thing. But after that live stream, we got really tired, and then she started her new job, and then it was just like,
yeah. So it's been a little bit of a mess this week, but next week we should be a little more on schedule. I didn't even put up my haunted series this week.
Mostly because she talked about her haunted stories during the stream. So
only like one, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to start talking about Persephone.
Yep.
So, Persephone, everybody is very, very familiar with the sweet little flower child Persephone. You know, this cute little young maiden on the edge of womanhood who got, like, thiefed by the leader of hell and they got married.
The king of the underworld.
It's the same difference.
It is not the same thing. It's very different.
No. But yes and no.
No, because that's where the souls of the good and the bad go. It's just they get separated in the middle and they go off to different areas of their
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'll explain to you about that when I'm talking about Hades.
So the main symbols include, well, springtime, of course, pomegranates, that's kind of a given, and narcissus flowers. But we'll get into why narcissus flowers are a symbol.
It's kind of funny because one of Hades' symbols is a narcissus flower as well.
Yeah, but again, I'll get into that and why.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Her strengths are being the most loving person ever, and of course being extremely beautiful. But of course her weaknesses is being, hella beautiful, and of course captures the attention of Hades.
No, in the end it works out well.
Yeah, but a lot of people paid a lot of attention to her, and of course,
in ancient Greek, that's never a good thing.
So her spouse is of course Hades, and because she eats pomegranate seeds, she ends up spending at least the winter months with him.
Yeah,
and we'll explain that in a minute. Her basic story is she was out in a field picking some flowers
because she's a cute little flower child,
and she's a sweetheart. And there was a little field of narcissus flowers that enticed her, and she's like, ooh, I want to pick those flowers. So she went over there and she picked the flowers, and it opens up a gate to the underworld, and Hades jumps out, takes her, and jumps back in. And he's like, deuces.
He's like, mine.
And that's where the narcissus flower comes in for both of them.
Yeah.
Because he purposely planted those narcissus flowers to catch her attention. And of course, before all this happened, he got Zeus's okay. Like, Zeus is like, all right, buddy,
marry my daughter.
Like, marry my daughter, even though you're her uncle technically, and that's normal in Greece, but whatever.
Zeus also had babies with her, didn't he?
Yes, Zeus had babies with Persephone, but I'll get into that in a minute when I talk about lineage and stuff like that. So when this happened, Demeter lost her shit and
she's like, my baby.
Yeah, and wouldn't let anything grow, wouldn't let the world fruit essentially until her daughter was brought back. And Zeus is like, okay, whatever, and he came up with a deal to get her back. So one of the deals, I guess, what was believed to be the deal is 1/3 of the year she was in the underworld with Hades, that would be the winter months. For another third of the year, she was kind of a handmaiden to Zeus, so that would be like summer months. And of course, one third of the year would be spent with her mom, and that was spring. But of course, it was in a different order. It was like Hades, mom, then Zeus. I don't know. Anyway, another deal was like, of course, it was only, stay in the underworld with Hades or mom.
There was no middle Zeus.
There was no middle Zeus. But yeah, so.
Because I know how to English. Let her get her paper together.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
This is why I don't draw pictures for my notes.
I drew the pictures on purpose. That's what made me remember. Plus, it took less time. So, fun fact: Persephone is also known as Kor or Kore, however you want to pronounce that, and it essentially means maiden of the beautiful ankles. Which, okay, call it that. I don't know. Yeah.
So ankles is in like a place, or ankles is in like ankles?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
As in just ankles.
She is known as the Maiden of Beautiful Ankles. So I assume ankles.
Persephone had some on fleek ankles.
Apparently. So, some of the theories behind what happened in the underworld would be, Persephone was, of course, really sad that she was married to Hades, and he essentially tricked her into eating the fruit, and it made her, have to stay there for part of the year. Or, there's so many theories.
So many theories. A lot of them are, they involve Hades either tricking her or taking her against her will, but, of course, we don't really like those stories, because that's just sad.
Yeah. Basically, another story would be like
Persephone. This is the one I like.
Of course, at first, Persephone was like, why did this dude steal me? Why did my uncle steal me? This isn't fair. But then she later, falls in love with him, and she decides on her own to eat the fruit. Or he, comes up with that idea. Or he's like, no, don't do that. And she's like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
That would be literally me. You tell me not to do it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Right? One of the biggest ones was she ate the fruit because she kind of wanted some freedom from her mom. And I kind of believe that one a lot. Because Demeter can be kind of,
Hover mom.
Yeah. Helicopter parents. It's a thing. I'm probably one of them. So,
yeah, see, I always believed that one because every single time they've described Persephone and Demeter's relationship, it always seemed like Demeter was like, Persephone, and Persephone was like,
yeah. So, on to lineage. Her parents, of course, are Zeus and Demeter. There was only one other source that said her mother was Styx, but no, it's Demeter. So, Zeus decided to get jiggy with Persephone, and they had 2 kids. Yes, I know. Had sex with his own daughter. Zagreus and Melione.
That's so cute, though. Melione
Right?
is a cute name. But, I mean, it's wrong.
Very
to have
wrong.
children with your
I
children.
mean, it was common. And the more weird thing is
what do you call him, though? What do those kids call Zeus? Do they call him Dad or do they call him Grandpa? Answer in the comments below.
Right? Anyway, so Persephone marries Hades and they have a kid as well. Kid? Don't know.
I think it's kids.
But
like a group.
Arianes. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this.
Is that an R?
This is the only one that I didn't know how to say. No, that's an R.
That's an R? It looks like an N.
No, the R is here.
That looks like an N. Arianes?
It goes in. Anyway.
Not in enough.
Anyway, so yeah, that was basically all of that. That's all I got to say.
Okay, so let's talk about. Why are you throwing paper at my cat?
I didn't. She chased it. It's okay.
Anyway, so Hades is actually the oldest between Zeus. He's the oldest male child in his line. His siblings are Poseidon, Demeter, Hestia, Hera, Zeus, and Chiron. He's the oldest out of them. And
he must be a baby making machine.
No, these are his siblings.
I know, that's what I'm saying. His father.
Oh yeah, his father is a baby making machine. Just like Zeus. I actually, right before this, I looked up a list of all of his children, and oh my god. Oh my god. The list was so long. So Hades' symbols are his dog, Cerberus or Kerberos, some people pronounce it like that, a drinking horn, a scepter, cypress, narcissus flowers, and keys. Right? He is the king of the underworld, and he's also considered the god of wealth. And there is actually, there is a thought that he is also the god of Earth's fertility, because, the underworld is under the world.
Oh my god, I wonder how they came up with that one.
Right? The more you know. Okay, so Hades' job was to supervise the dead that went into his realm. He did not cast judgment upon them. He actually employed 3 other demigods to do that for him. He also did not do the torturing. The Furies did that for him. And he is also not Death himself. Death is a man named Thanatos. He is actually Death himself. He is Death personified. He is the Grim Reaper. So Hades is not Death. He's has a helmet that makes people and the person who wears it invisible, which is hella useful in multiple myths. And his wife is Persephone.
Of course.
And I actually tried to get a list of how many lovers Hades has had, and I could not find anything other than Persephone. Literally every source was like, Persephone is his consort, Persephone is his wife. He's never slept with anyone but her. And that's adorable. And then Kerberos is his dog, his 3-headed dog that guards his realm. Fun fact, Kerberos actually means spotted. He named his dog Spot. How cute is that? Also, his domain was separated from the living realm by 5 rivers. Styx, Lethe, Acheron, Phagalium, Phagathon.
Are you having issues?
I am having issues. What's really sad is that I looked up how to pronounce it. Phagathon. It's Phagathon. Phlegathon. Okay, I swear to God it's Phlegathon. I'm sorry. And then Cocytus. Again, he employed the Furies to do the torturing of the bad souls in particular. The ones who made bad decisions and hurt people. The people who did good were brought to the River Lethe, where they got to drink the water, and that water allows them to forget all bad things. And then they go into this garden area and pretty much live for the rest of eternity in paradise. So that's what I was saying earlier. There's the bad side that everyone thinks of, where the Furies are torturing everyone. And then there's the good side, where if you are good, you get to live in a garden paradise where you do not ever remember there ever anything bad happening ever. And His throne is thought to be made of ebony, and he always carries around his scepter. He, and the reason he was also thought to be the god of wealth is because of all the precious metals that from the earth that are in his domain. That was pretty much a brief overview of Hades. I didn't want to go too far into it because there is a lot, surprisingly.
Yeah, and it would make the video kind of long.
Yeah, it's already longer than our last ones have been.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of longer than we need it, but it's
yeah.
fine. It happens. Because when you're talking about gods and goddesses, you got to put a little bit of like detail into
effort,
it.
a little bit of effort. Because then, what's the point of watching this if you're not going to learn anything?
Anyway, so I guess that's about it. That's all we have to say. So if you if you like this video and want to see more, videos about gods and goddesses or mythical creatures or just paranormal stuff, subscribe and hit the notification bell because we make new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I keep forgetting
Join
because
the
it's been a
squad.
week. Yes. So so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any suggestions of what god or goddess you want us to do in the Norse pantheon,
because that's what we're doing next week.
That's what we're doing next week. Comment suggestions, obviously, for mythical creatures and other paranormal stories that you want to hear. We're always open to suggestions, like constantly. So
constant.
Also, we like feedback and all that sort of fun stuff. So anyway. All I have to say is have a wonderful night/day and many blessings to all of you. Bye bye.